All right. Today we're going to be doing systems of equations with real-world problems. The main new thing is just that we are going to have to be taking these word problems, and then we are going to have to be using those to create equations. All right. So the first thing we've got, and always pause it and read the problem if you need to, is we've got 3 senior tickets plus 1 child ticket, and that total is $38. So I got 3 senior tickets plus 1 child ticket, and that total is going to be $38. And then down here we've got the total of $52 from 3 senior tickets and 2 child. So again, I got 3 senior and 2 child, and that total is 52. All right, so again, you always want to create opposites. Okay, so notice my s's, I've got the same coefficient, so we're just going to multiply that second equation by -1 and create that negative that we want there, right? Make sure we're multiplying the whole thing by -1. So we're switching all the signs, right? Negative, 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 right? We're multiplying all the way through by -1. So that way we can go ahead and eliminate that s. All right, so 3s minus 3s is 0. C minus 2c is -1c. 38 minus 52 is -14. Divide by -1, and there you go. Price of a child ticket. All right, and then we're going to plug that back in. I'm going to plug it back into the top one. Doesn't matter which one, just do whichever one looks easier to plug it into, and we can solve for that other variable. So I've got 3s plus 1c, and in place of c, I'm going to plug in 14 equals 38. All right, so I can subtract my 14 on both sides. So 3s equals 24, and divide by 3. S is 8. All right, there's the price of a senior ticket. Okay, so we got child is 14, senior is 8. So there's like your warm-up problem, 2 equations, 2 variables. From here on out, it's going to be a little bit more tricky, though. All right, so pause it if you want, read the problem. Okay, so here's how we're going to set up our equations here. So our total is $12,000, right? So it's saying her stocks plus her bonds plus her mutual funds are totaling to $12,000. All right? Remember, when you're converting these percents into decimals, right? When we're doing the actual math, we want to be using decimals. You're moving that decimal over 2 places. So that's going to be a 0.1. This is going to be a 0.08. And this is going to be a 0.12. All right? So, again, get used to this idea, this general pattern that we're going to follow whenever we've got these stock problems, is that you're going to have a 10%, so that's 0.1 of the stocks, plus 0.08 of the bonds, plus 0.12 of the mutual funds. And that is totaling our return of $1,230. And then lastly, we've got stocks and bonds, that total, right? So it's saying if I'm adding up the stocks and bonds, that equals the mutual funds. That equals the mutual funds. Okay, those are our 3 equations. Now we're going to want to rearrange these a little bit so that they're a little bit more useful to us. All right, so here's what I mean by that. First of all, equation 2 has got a bunch of decimals. Let's get rid of those decimals. All right, so let's multiply everything through by 100. Right, because if I do that, all those decimals are going to be gone. All right, so we're multiplying this whole guy all the way through by 100. All right, so it's going to become 10s plus 8b plus 12m equals 12,300. Oh, wait, no, that's wrong. Times equals 123,000. There we go. This third one, only one step to do. Remember, if you've watched my other videos, I like getting all my variables on the same side of the equation. It makes elimination easier. So subtract m on both sides. All right, so imagine I'm subtracting m. M minus m is 0. So my new equation down here is going to be s plus b minus m equals 0. And that blue one is already good, right? No decimals. All of our stuff's on the same side. So I'm just going to bring it over as it is. Equals 12,000. All right, let's go ahead. Let's start with our elimination. All right, notice, okay, this is again, this is why there's more than one option. You could do this in more than one way, all right? But I know we see that we already have opposites here, so you're going to be tempted to add those equations together. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. That would be one correct way of going about this. It will get you to the same answer. However, you know what I see? I see something of a shortcut here, actually. we could actually go ahead and solve for m. I'm tempted whether to show you the shortcut or whether to do it the long way. I'll show you the shortcut. All right, so notice if I multiply this equation by -1, right? Remember, what does that do? It changes all of our signs, right? We saw that back in example number 1. Okay, so if I'm changing all the signs of the red equation, this is going to become a minus. This is a minus. This is a plus. Okay, well, looking at the red equation with the blue equation on top, I can do a double elimination. Now I can eliminate not the m, but the s and the b. That's absolutely awesome. All right, so now look what we can do. So I'm going to add the red and the blue together. So I've got s plus b plus m equals 12,000. And then I've got negative s minus b plus m equals 0. And we're going to add those together. These guys both cancel. And I've got 2m equals 12,000. So right off the bat, dividing by 2, we already solved for the mutual fund. So she put 6,000 bucks in the mutual funds. Okay, this is great. So now I can take that 6,000, I can plug that in for m, but I'm going to have to plug it into 2 equations. And then now I'm going to have 2 equations with just s and b. Okay, so it's kind of skipped a little bit through that initial step of getting 2 variables and 2 equations because I just solved for one right off the bat. All right, I'm going to do it in the blue and the green. So let's plug in our 6,000 for m. So I got s plus b plus 6,000 equals 12,000. And then I've got 10s plus 8b plus 12m. So 12m equals 12,000. All right, let's do our rearranging. Right, remember, wait, not 12,000, 123,000. There we go, 123,000. Okay, so let's do our rearranging that we want to do. All right, on that top equation, you're going to want to subtract 6,000 from both sides. All right, so that gives us 6. Uh-oh. Oh no, the whole whiteboard just glitched out. Man, what a piece of garbage, huh? What a piece of garbage. Okay, that really stinks. Okay, I'm not sure if this rest of this video is going to work, so unfortunately, I'm going to have to stop and make a new one. All right, I'll see you in part 2. This thing sucks sometimes. I'm sorry. That's really frustrating.